Good afternoon, Valpo. I'm Kolton Woods, and I'll be doing your 15 News weather update on this very rainy Wednesday. Speaking of the rain, we have a lot of it out there, and you can see the raindrops on the camera lens. And because of that, we have plenty of ponding on the roads too, so make sure you're aware of that as you head out for dinner this evening. So right now, like I said, we're dealing with that heavy rain. That will continue until about 9 p.m. or so. And then as the storm system departs, we'll have a windy Thursday to deal with gusts up to 40 miles per hour. But thankfully, at the end of the day, we'll have a dry weekend in store, so that will be a nice change of pace. So currently, you can see our weather alerts, our winter weather alerts rather, show a winter storm warning off to our north from points north of Grand Rapids, Michigan, and an ice storm warning in between that area and Detroit, and you can see winter weather advisories just south of that. But thankfully here in Valpo, we're not seeing any of that, as we're just seeing plain rain. And you can see the reason why all these winter weather alerts are in effect is we have a massive storm system all the way from South Dakota to New York City. We're dealing with wintry precipitation. Meanwhile, zooming in on the Valpo region, we're just dealing with heavy rain, and that rain will continue to push off to the northeast, and as it does, we'll be seeing heavy rainfall over the next few hours. Zooming in a little closer on the Valpo region, you can see some moderate to heavy rain just passed through the region. Right now, we're just dealing with a little bit lighter rain, but we have more heavy rain just off to our southwest in Kankakee, and that will push off to the northeast and infect us over the next few hours, like I said. So you can see that by 6 p.m. we still have that heavy to moderate rain falling across northwest Indiana, but thankfully by the time 9 p.m. rolls around, that will push off to the northeast, and we'll just be dealing with some spotty leftover rain showers for the rest of the evening until sunshine thankfully will start to break out Thursday afternoon as a cloud cover pushes off to the northeast, and then some lake effect clouds will try to move into northwest Indiana throughout the day on Friday, as well as system clouds pushing in from the west. So the future rainfall shows we still have over an inch of rain to deal with for the rest of the evening, which is pretty significant. So make sure you're aware of the ponding roadways, and make sure you bring an umbrella or a rain jacket for the rest of the evening wherever you have plans of going. And then thankfully, looking at ice accumulation, all that will be off to our north, given that the freezing rain and sleet is accumulating off to the north in Michigan and Wisconsin. Same story with snow. They're dealing with snow north of Grand Rapids, Michigan. Meanwhile, Grand Rapids will see 3 inches of snow, and we won't see any here in Valpo. So thankfully, we're dodging all this wintry precipitation because our temperatures right now are just above freezing at 34 in Valpo. But look at this, it's 34 in Valpo and about 125 miles to our south in Indianapolis. They're at 69 degrees, so this is quite the warm front right here. And zooming out, you can see that even on our current temperatures, we're at 34 in Valpo, which is why we're not dealing with any of that freezing precipitation. But like I said, zooming out, you can see well to our south of us, we're dealing with warmer temperatures in the 50s, 60s, and even 80s off in Alabama. Meanwhile, we're -7 in Bismarck, North Dakota, and that air will eventually try to spill in our neck of the woods on Friday, but we'll only be in the 20s by then. And you can see that on our future temperatures will be in the lower to mid 40s tomorrow afternoon briefly as that low pressure system moves by, but as it continues to move off to the northeast, we'll have colder air spilling behind it, which means temperatures will stay in the 20s unfortunately all day Friday, so that will be a very different change of pace compared to what we've been used to with the warmer temperatures. And another thing to note is the wind gusts, as winds will likely gust around 30 to 40 miles per hour throughout the day tomorrow, so a windy day is in store, so make sure you're aware of that. But thankfully that will be short-lived, as the winds will quickly die down and move off to the northeast by Friday morning. So for tonight, like I said, expect rain showers to impact your evening. They'll likely wrap up around 9 p.m. or so with a low of 33, and we're not expecting any of that to freeze, thankfully. And then by tomorrow, we'll have windy conditions with maybe some afternoon sunshine and a high of 51, but that will be very brief as we quickly cool down in the evening hours. So your 7-day forecast shows plenty of sunshine arriving by this weekend, which will be a nice change of pace, with colder temperatures briefly arriving on Friday, warming up over the weekend. Sunday looks to be the best day out of the next several days, with more rain showers arriving on Monday with a high of 51.